Good morning, everyone. I'm out in the garden today with Millie and the butterflies. And as you can see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 that have emerged from their chrysalises, and we're still waiting for number 5. So I figured while we were waiting today, we would make a butterfly feeder for these guys. Now, butterflies don't have teeth. They don't chew their food or rip or tear their food. What they do is they drink their food. And the food they drink from flowers is called nectar, and from fruits it's called juice. So I'm going to show you 3 easy ways to feed the butterflies that are in your garden. So we're going to do with 3 variations. We're going to make a fruit feeder, which is super easy. We're going to make a sponge feeder, and we're going to make a container feeder. Millie is currently up my sleeve. If she can stay there, then she's more than welcome to enjoy the story from, you don't want to come out and say hello, from the inside of my sleeve. So today, our book is called, I think she's going to come out. Yes, hello, Millie. Millie's here to introduce the book. So today's story is called I'm a Caterpillar by Jean Marzolo, and it's illustrated by Ruth Moffat. And you know what, Millie? I'm going to put you back in your house. Clip you in so I know you're safe. And we're going to get started. I'm a Caterpillar. I'm a Caterpillar by Jean Marzolo. I'm a caterpillar. Munch, crunch. I'm getting bigger. Munch, crunch. Munch, crunch, munch, crunch. That's it. That's it. No more food. I'm done. It's time to hang from a stem. I wait and wait and wait. I shiver. I twist. I split my skin. My old skin falls away. I am soft inside. I am a pupa. I grow a shell to protect the pupa. I am now a chrysalis. And we can see ours in there, right? There's the pupa inside the chrysalis. I keep changing. Soon I'll come out. What will I be? A butterfly. Push, crack, wow, I'm free. My wings are all wet. My wings dry off. They unfold. Flap, flap. Hey, I can fly. Ta-da! I visit flowers. I drink nectar. Yum. My mouth is like a straw. Sip, sip. I have a mate. We visit many flowers. We are not afraid of birds. They know we taste awful. Soon, I will lay my eggs. The eggs have thin shells. Baby caterpillars crawl out. Hi, I'm a caterpillar. Munch, crunch, munch, crunch. And so it says, what will happen next to me? Do you know? So, right, so we had the egg, and then out came the caterpillar. The next thing that's going to happen is it's going to change again into a chrysalis, and then out will come a butterfly. And there's a song that I used to teach my students when I had a classroom, and it goes like this. First comes the butterfly who lays an egg. Out pops the caterpillar with many legs. Oh, watch the caterpillar split its skin. A little chrysalis to change in. Oh, ho, ho, wait and see. Oh, ho, ho, wait and see. Out of the chrysalis, my, oh my, comes a beautiful butterfly. So that's all of our stages, right? That's the life cycle. We have an egg and then a caterpillar. It grows up and changes in the chrysalis, and out comes a butterfly. Now, I have had my camera on the butterflies inside my house for a day or two, and I've compressed some of that. So we'll watch that next, and then when we come back, we will make our butterfly feeders. So to make our butterfly feeders, we're going to make 3 different kinds. So one is using old fruit, which you might have in your refrigerator at home. One is making, well, the other 2 are nectar feeders. So to make butterfly nectar, you need water and sugar. It's pretty easy. It's only a 2-ingredient recipe. And then to actually make the feeders themselves, you need either an old Tupperware container that mommy doesn't care or dad doesn't care if you cut a hole in the lid, or a sponge and a pipe cleaner. So we're going to play the footage of what the butterflies have been up to, and when we come back, we'll make the feeder, okay? All right, so we came down this morning and we found that 1, 2 on the stick, let's see, 2 and 3 of our butterflies have hatched. They've come out of their chrysalises, and they seem to be like they're resting, because it takes a lot of energy to come out of it. Let me see if I can turn it so you can take a look at the orange. See? Opening and closing her wings. Probably wondering why we can't get out. We're going to get out. We're just going to wait for all of you to come out. So I'm going to set the time lapse, and hopefully we'll get to see what these guys do as their other brothers and sisters can hatch. Let's see. Sometimes they'll wiggle if you give them a tap. Okay, so we're back, and we're going to make a few different kinds of butterfly feeders. So the first one, like I said, is a fruit feeder. Super easy. You're going to get some oranges or maybe some watermelon, and you can just cut up all that fruit that's going to go a little mushy, give it a little squeeze, and then you can just place it in and around your garden. Got a little dust in it, but I've got this old saucer that goes under a plant, or you can put it in a bird feeder. Sometimes we put ours in our suet feeders, our little basket feeders for the birds, and we'll see the butterflies over there drinking and eating. So you can fill this, or you can take a pipe cleaner and you can make some fruit slices on your, here's your pipe cleaner. Cut this in two. We'll use the other piece for our other project. And you just poke your pipe cleaner through your orange slice. And then you make a little ring, like an ornament. And you can hang these in a spot, and the butterflies will come. You might get some birds too. So that's way number one, fruit feeder. They'll do this with, let me see, they'll do it with anything that has a lot of liquid. So they like watermelon, they like strawberries. So you can make them a little fruit salad and leave it out in your garden. I wouldn't leave it out overnight because then you'll get other kind of animals, but if you're going to be outside playing during the day and you want to see some butterflies, this will definitely attract them. Now the other way to make food for them is to do a little cooking, and we're going to make nectar. This is sort of like the nectar that they can drink from the flowers. So it's very easy. It's 4 to 1. So whatever you do, the butterflies are flapping around in their enclosure. They're distracting me. So whatever you do, you're going to do 1 part sugar, 4 parts water. So if we do 1 scoop of sugar, Millie stuck her paws into this while I was setting up, so it's got a little dirt in it, but the butterflies won't care. So if I do 1 scoop of sugar into my jar, then I have to do 4 scoops of water into my jar. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. And the good thing about this recipe is it really doesn't matter what size scoop you use, right? So if you use a big scoop for the sugar, just use the same one for the water. So we put the water and the sugar in, and then easy, right? You just shake, 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 shake. Shake, 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 shake. And then we've got our sugar water, or our nectar for the butterflies. I'm going to actually put that aside. And our last, now how are we going to get them to drink the sugar water? We have to figure out something that they're going to drink from. So the first feeder is easy. It's a sponge feeder. You can take a sponge like this and just dunk it right in the sugar water. But I want to make ours fancy for our butterflies, so I'm going to take my scissor and I'm going to cut a little shape out of the sponge. And I feel like, oh, I'll make a little heart. That's an easy shape to cut out. And then you take this other piece of pipe cleaner, poke it through. Oh, this one's a little tricky. Might have to have a grown-up help you with that. I'm just going to cut a little hole, thread it through. So if we were at school doing this, each class would be making a different one of these feeders. But since we're home and I don't know what everybody's got lying around the house, we'll make all different kinds. So for the pre-K, for the high tops, we probably would have made this kind of feeder. So see, I've got my sponge, and now I'm going to take my sponge and I'm going to dunk it in my sugar water. We're going to let it suck up all that sugary goodness. I'm going to leave that in there because my fingers are now sticky. And we'll make our last kind of feeder, the one we were going to make for pre-K, which is our container feeder. So for this, all you need, whoops, sorry about that. For this, all you need is a little plastic container with a lid and a piece of cotton. This is a cotton ball. So for this, what we're going to do is we're going to put our sugar water in here. This one actually came with my butterfly kit, but it's easy enough to make. So you take the top off your plastic lid, ask a grown-up to help you cut a little hole. Then you take your cotton ball and stuff it inside. You want to make sure that it has a big bit on the bottom, because what's going to happen is that's going to sit in the sugar water and it's going to get wet, and the top's going to get wet, and the butterflies will come and drink from this. So we're just going to take our sugar water, fill it up. You can see that's all the stuff that Millie stepped on and squashed while I was setting up today, but that's okay. And we're going to put a little bit on the top, just so that when I put it right in there, into their habitat, maybe they'll come right away. So let me clean up a little bit. And I don't want to spill. So we'll clean up our stuff. And let me bring the butterflies closer. They're very busy. They're really very much liking the sunlight today. They're enjoying being outside. We're going to probably let them go tomorrow. I want to give this last one a chance to come out. So let me bring them a little bit closer. Oh, you know what? I'm going to take the lid off. I'm just going to open it up. And we'll put all three of the feeders in here, and we'll see which do they like better. Do they like the freshly squeezed oranges, or do they like the sugar water? And I can tell after I do this, I'm going to probably have to set them free, because I know that if they don't drink all this sugar water, it's going to start to attract ants. I don't want ants in my house. So we're going to hang one here, maybe, on this little branch. Okay, it's not so much hanging, but you get the idea. We'll put this other one in. Think this through. We'll put the big feeder in over here. And we'll take a peek and we'll see who likes what. You can see this one over here with this is already unfurling its nose to get some of the nectar from the orange. That's yesterday's nectar. This one is today's. So we'll see. We'll give them some time. They're kind of hiding in this back corner, all four of them. And what we'll do is I'll set the time lapse and we'll watch them feed while I go and do some weeding because I can't. We're gonna make a butterfly puddler tomorrow and I can't find it. It's in my garden somewhere lost under all the plants, so I have to do some weeding to unearth it. So you guys watch the butterflies and then we'll come back. Maybe number 5 will open up and we'll watch them eat. But you see these guys here? Can you see their nose is, it's a mouth nose called a proboscis, and that will unroll like a party blower and they can drink up the nectar like a straw. So I'm going to turn it this way because I have a feeling they're going to start moving. Oh, look, one is already visiting the orange slice. And if I turn it this way, can you see that long mouth nose? Can you kind of get a look at it? All right, so I'm going to turn this camera off and we'll put the time lapse on and we can watch and see what goes on. So that was pretty amazing. I didn't see it happen. I was busy pulling weeds, but with that last one, it finally came out. There it is, all resting. We'll say goodbye. We'll say goodbye to Millie. Say goodbye. And we'll come back tomorrow and we'll let them free. Okay? Have a good day, guys. Bye-bye.